Hey, it's Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're going to do our shaky cam interior walkthrough inside a 2023 Chevrolet Equinox. This generation of the Equinox came about in about 2018. Hasn't changed a whole lot. It's a 1.5 liter turbo underneath the hood, putting out about 175 horsepower. This particular one is all-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive is otherwise the default. Yeah, it's a decent family car. That's what it's made for, and I wanted to walk through the interior here and give you an idea of what it looks like on the inside, because that honestly is the high point for this vehicle, this interior. So let's just get started. So we start in the usual spot over here. You got your windows right here. Window lock is right there. This is the side mirror adjustment, so you choose which one and adjust it. Door handle here, no physical lock in here, so just these electronic ones right there. Over here is, by the way, if the door is locked and you pull the handle from inside, it will unlock the door automatically as part of the latch mechanism. So there is a backup to that, just so you know. Now over here, you push this out, and now it's a dimmer for your instrument cluster. This is your lighting controls, so you turn the headlights off, put them on auto, and turn them on markers and full right here. This is the toggle for the rear for the fog lamps up front. Down there is the hood release. Pull it right. Then, looking at the steering wheel, there you go. Let's start over here. Here's the cruise control stuff. It is adaptive cruise, so right here in the middle is the adjustment for the length, and then you can see clearly, you turn it on, you cancel it there, resume and set right there. This is lane keeping assist. The lane keeping assist is pretty okay, so I've been using it on the highway. It comes on automatically with this, but turning it off around town because, I tend to yeah, this is Wyoming, so the lane markers aren't always 100%. Up here is your steering wheel heat. Over here, we've got the voice controls for the infotainment system. It's a pretty decent system. This basically just walks you through some basic menus for most of the basic things you're going to be using, and it's not nearly as clunky as it used to be, so it's pretty well done. Down here is your telematics. It's a telephone control right there, so if you have a Bluetooth. And then this controls the driver information screen up there. So you can go back and forth, up and down, and select. We'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. Over here is the dongle for washer wipers. So you turn this back and forth for the rear, and then you go up and down for the front. Pull towards you to squirt, push backwards to squirt the back window, and most of it's pretty self-explanatory. This middle piece adjusts the kind of the speed or aggressiveness. Over here, you got another one for the signal turns, up and down signal turns, because that's the order you should be using them in. Back and forth for your brights. This sets the automatic high beams if you want to do that. I don't like them very much in most vehicles, this one included, just because they don't tend to turn off as soon as I would prefer them to be coming off, because I don't like to blind other drivers, because I don't like to be blinded. Now, let's look at this instrument cluster. Over here, you got a tachometer, which I don't know why. It's a 6-speed transmission. It runs high all the time. I don't know why you need a tach, but whatever. Okay. Over here you got the speed, so you can see this is in American numbers. There's no Canuck miles per hour included. So there you go. And then most of your emergency lights are inside there, so you can see it's telling me I don't have a seatbelt on, but I'm parked, buddy. So yeah. Fuel gauge right here. Fuel economy in this is really good, so you won't see that fuel gauge move a whole lot very fast. Over here is your engine heat, specifically the water heat for the coolant. So it usually rides right about there in most operating. Down here is your driver information screen. You can see I have it on the digital tachometer because I really like those. And then you can see this would be a speed limit sign. It reads the speed limit off of the signs as you drive and posts them there. It's pretty accurate even in construction zones. Now, you can go through and you can see some of the other stuff that's on here. I disconnected my phone so I could record this, But if we go over to something like, say, the information screen I was on to start with, you can go up and down through those, and you can see some different things that are going on. So pretty cool. I really like this setup. I like the design of it. I like the use of it. It works really, really well. These are kind of like rubberized pads that you can feel pushing up and down, like old school portable keyboards, things like that. This feels really nice. So we talked there's the on-off button there, by the way. We talked a little bit about infotainment, so we might as well talk about it in full. You can see I've got the radio up on the front here. If we go to the home screen, then this is basically what you see most of the time. Nav over there and stuff right here. You can change what's on some of these screens. So here's first part of the menus here. You can see audio, users, Wi-Fi hotspot, which you can get a subscription for. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are included in this as well. They are wireless. Over here you have My Chevrolet, cool little app. If you own this car, I would definitely get the app, and I would consider using it because there's a lot of little convenient things in there. OnStar services, of course, and so on. Pretty cool system. I like the way it works. The screen is very clear. Even the backup camera and surround view cameras are amazingly well done. And then you have a physical home button right there if you want to use it. Then you have some audio controls. This turns it on and off, and this is a volume. This skips the tracks or stations, and this goes back when you're on a menu up there. And then you can see right below that, you got the auto stop start toggle. You can turn it off if you want. A lot of people do. And then you have your Dukes lights, emergency whatever's, you know, your four ways. I call them Dukes lights because hazard lights. Get it? Yeah. Over here you got your climate stuff. I have it turned off because it blows onto the microphone, but you can adjust the climate here. Here is your seat coolers, button warmers. Here's your defrosts over here. This is where you want it to go, right? Pretty straightforward, not too complicated. It is dual zone. You can have them separate. So you sync them here and release the sync with that same button, AC, etc. Down underneath all of that, you see a couple of USBs. There's a C and an A. You can see an aux plug. Underneath here is a 12 volt little round plug. This is a wireless charging pad. I believe that's an option, so, you know, whatever. And then it has all the warnings. Don't throw your keys on here. You'll fry yourself, blah, blah, blah. And then over here you have parking. So this is your park sensors. So you can push this to turn them off if you're in like a automated car wash or drive-through and they're getting annoying. This finds a parking spot and then helps you get into it. If you haven't tried semi-automated parking before, you should definitely give it a shot. It is kind of fun and neat, even if you don't use it every day, but this will help you parallel park. Really kind of cool to experience that. I would recommend trying it. Over here is the all-wheel drive toggle. I have it on for no reason because it's not snowing anymore. But when I first got this, we were having pretty good weather. So all-wheel drive in this is solid. Very good system for all-weather driving. I would not recommend this as off-road, but all-wheel driving. And then you see the shifter here. The button is in the front, and you can see where you go through the gears. Parking brake, pull it up to set, push it to release. A couple of good-sized drink holders right here. A little cubby to throw something in if you want. A phone fits right here really nicely. And then you got the storage cubby down here. You can see a couple more USB-A's. And yeah, just some general storage with a little LED light right there. Tell you where it is. Now, let's look at the interior. I want to look at this beautiful, beautiful setup. This car is not terribly expensive, and you can see what's going on in here with the kind of the faux leather and all of this soft material. This is all soft materials. Beautiful, beautiful in here, and extremely comfortable in all four seating. Now there's 5 seats. There's 3 in the back, right? But the 2 outboards are the only comfortable ones. The middle one, like every middle seat ever made, is the chump seat. It's where, yeah, nobody's happy. Pretty good sized cargo space too. I really like that. There's a lot to like about this vehicle. So really, really well done. Chevy did a good job on this. It is getting a little dated. We're working on, what is this, 5 years now. I expect that we will have an announcement for a new one coming maybe this year, 2023, or early in 2024, because I really expect that Chevy is going to update this. I expect to see more gears. I expect to see, which it really needs. 6 just isn't enough to make this feel confident when you're driving it. It really needs more than that to go with the power output of the engine. If the power output went up, then the gearing could stay the same. But I think that they're going to add more gears. They may add a hybrid or electric version. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But all in all, for the price paid, this is a very good vehicle. It's the 2023 Chevrolet Equinox. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.
Subscribe.